Hello everybody, I'm Courtney Waugh,
I'm Kenzie Downs.
and we are here to talk to you guys about the right way to take care of your pig and show your pig at the fair. We hope that all you younger kids out there and even you older kids who are still learning will be able to take this information and apply it to your projects and use it at the fair. So there are, 7 different topics that we're going to be talking about, kind of be going back and forth, but yeah, we're going to start off. So number 1 is essential things to do for your pig before entering the show ring. We've kind of found just a few of the things that we thought of. One of them was wash. The next one, feed, hydrate, shine, and make sure they are brushed down.
So a few things that we have found that work best for us when cleaning our pigs are this shampoo. It's just a whitening shampoo, and this just gets them really clean and shiny and just, yeah.
It's good for the white pigs too.
Yes.
So if there's any dirty spots, it really gets the dirt out of them. Also the coconut shampoo. Honestly, there's a lot of different shampoos out there that will work, but these are just some of the ones that we recommend that we have used, and they work really, really well.
And where can you get some of those, or where do you get online? Or
IFA, honestly, IFA
IFA
will usually have them all.
Yep.
If they don't, talk to, Riley is the new manager. Talk to him, he can get it in. Some
Okay.
of them, they're not super expensive either.
Oh, good.
Even like Dawn dish soap,
Yeah.
go to the grocery store.
That's one of the main things we use, just Dawn for cleaning them up. It works really well.
Yep.
Get all the poop off them and stuff.
Be perfect. As far as brushes for brushing down your pig and stuff like that, you want one that's going to be pretty firm, not super firm, because as you know, pig's skin very sensitive. You don't want it super hard, because if you start scrubbing down on them, they're going to turn purple and get scratches everywhere, and that is a no-no. So we've got a few of these. Grab that one. This one's, it's pretty firm. We'll use it like on their hooves and stuff like that. If I were to use this all over their body, I would not push very hard. Like, I would just very lightly go over it.
Same with this
yeah.
one. It's pretty rough, but
But IFA, again, IFA has a lot of brushes. I know I got that one at Lee's Marketplace, so good old Lee's. So, let's see. Feeding, make sure your pig is full, not hungry when you go into the show ring. They will get ornery, and nobody likes an ornery pig when you're showing. The other thing, feed, hydrate, make sure they are cool. Pigs don't sweat, so they build that heat up inside of them, and then they get ornery once again. So, yeah, make sure they're hydrated, shine them down. Where's our shine?
so this is Show Shine. You can also get this at IFA. You just spray it on them and brush it off, and it works really well for just shining them.
Yeah. And then swine conditioning spray. We use all of these, honestly. There's not a specific one that we use. They all work. Spritz them down with water after, and it really makes them shine. IFA, once again.
And some of these can determine on the pig you have. Some of them could have an allergic reaction to it, so just kind of test things out and don't use the same thing if like they're getting hives or something.
Test it out at home before
Yes.
you. So number 2 is, how do I prepare myself and my hog to perform well in the show ring? Some things that we thought of were practice at home, be consistent, practice more minutes each week or 2, and be knowledgeable about your project.
Okay, so one of the things is like practicing at home. Even the first day you get them, go in the pen with them and start bonding with them. This will make them trust you, and they'll be able to show better if they trust you. And another thing with increasing time is like you can even start at 5 minutes, and then the next week go up to 10, 15, and so on and so forth. And another thing is be consistent, and that's like you don't want to walk them for 1 week really good and then 2 weeks not do it at all. You want to be consistent and keep walking them for all those days. And you can even take a 1-day break, that's fine, but just don't take too many and just be consistent with that.
Yes, for sure. I was going to touch on the minutes, walking them and stuff like that, but as I got it higher into the classes, I was in there for like 30, you never know how many minutes, 30 minutes. So you want to work your pig at home at least up to like 40 minutes. I think that would be perfect, because you get in that class and the judge, we don't know how long he takes, and you could take 30 to 45 minutes in there, and you just want to be prepared so your pig doesn't give up and quit on you, because most likely the judge is going to be like, okay, I'm going to pen you, because I know when I was younger I had that happen to me, and from there on out I worked with my pig and got up there in those minutes, and it really helped. So, yeah. Okay. Number 3 is exhibitor appearance and things you need in the show ring. So, to what you wear, if you are in 4-H, you will wear a white shirt with some buttons and a collar. And then you need to have your 4-H patch on the left shoulder. A dark pair of pants, dark blue or black pants. Any of those will work. And then make sure you wear closed-toed shoes because you don't want your feet to get stepped on. So, and that will hurt. So, Kenzie will tell you.
Okay, and then the other one is if you're in FFA, your FFA jacket, official dress, and all you need is your FFA jacket, tie, and
Yeah, black tie, or they have like the FFA ties, black pants. And then under the jacket, you'll have one of these white shirts with a collar. Yes, that was the other thing. So, that just depends on if you're in FFA or 4-H. Yes. You do have to have a 4-H patch, so you can get these at the 4-H office. I'm not sure how much they are, but you always need to have one of these on your left shoulder. So there's that. And then things that you need in the show ring, obviously your whip. We have found that whips are probably the best type of whatever you want to call it, to maneuver your pig. Yes, they've got. Some have tassels on them, some just have this, but they really respect the whip.
it's good for getting their head up too,
Yes.
and that makes them floor
For
better.
sure.
What's the other, is there like a thing, a leather thing on another one, or is that, I
Well,
mean,
so here's the leather thing on this one, and then on other whips there's like fringe and
oh, okay.
stuff like that. But IFA, pretty cheap. Other people I've seen will use canes and PVC pipe and hoses, and I don't think those work the best. They don't respond well. They might bruise easier. But we found that the whips really, they respect them and they're good to show with. So yes.
Okay.
You wanna show
Okay,
them
and the
on
other thing is a show brush, and this just goes in your back pocket. And like 1 year in one of my classes, I had the judge throw sawdust on my pig, and this is good for brushing them off. And like if they poop and stuff, good for brushing them off and stuff. And you want a smaller one so that it can fit in your pocket and don't want it super rough.
Perfect. Some people will even put like microfiber rags in their pocket. That works too. I found that the rags collect sawdust a lot easier, so we just stick with the brushes and yeah, that's about it. So, all right. So number 4 is how to show your hog in front of the judge. We have found that the judge needs to see all 4 sides of your hog when showing your hog. This lets him see everything of your hog. He can do what he needs to with that, okay? In our ring, it's obviously more of a long shape, so it's hard to, I don't know, you come in and everybody's trying to get their pig in, so we've found that if you just go in, show the judge the 4 sides that you need to, and get off to the side, that way everybody else can get in. Do you want to show them how you would kind of,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so we would enter here, and then the judge is up here. So you want to drive straight towards him to give him that front view, and then you want to go to either the left side or the right side. It doesn't really matter what one. And you just want to like drive over there and either do like side profile or back profile, and then you just want to like make zigzags or something over here, just to give the other showman a chance to show the judge their hog, and it's really the sportsmanship.
Yes. And then this was all, we drew another example too, but you can go in, and then the judge is right over here, and you can go in, show him like a front view, and then turn so that he can see the back, and this kind of gives him a side shot right here. Then once you're over here, you can just do the zigzags back and forth. Once again, this gives all the other showmen a chance to get their hog in the ring, give that judge that head on, and then once everybody's in the ring, for both of these examples, once everybody's in, just go to showing your hog, okay? Once everybody's in, go drive to the judge, and throughout the whole entire show, make sure you're showing him all 4 sides. So do whatever you need to. Always stay like 10 feet away from the judge. If Kenzie's the judge and I'm showing my pig right here, can the judge see my pig that's right at his feet? Like, no, he can't. So you need to be 10 feet away.
And that gives you a good chance of running into the judge, which
Yeah,
is never good.
That's not good either. Or your pig will like go and bite his pants or something like that. Yeah, not good. Yeah, so stay away, show the 4 sides, always make eye contact. That is the biggest thing in market and showmanship. That shows the judge that you know what you're doing, you're paying attention. If the judge So say I'm showing right here, I think the judge is right here, and then he moves over here without me knowing, and I'm over here, oh, just showing my pig, and the judge is sitting over there waiting for me. Like, you need to be paying attention, eye contact. You can take your eyes off of the judge for like seconds, but just keep going back and forth between the judge and your pig. Let's see. No corners, no rails, and no pushing or shoving your pig with your hands or your knees. Like, that's also don't do that.
And a big thing is make sure your pig is between you and the judge. You do not come
Yes.
toward, like, between them. That isn't good. It doesn't show the judge your pig, and you'll get docked for that.
Yes, for sure. All right, so number 5 is questions the judge might ask you while you're in the show ring. So, right here we've written out a few of the questions that we have been asked. There's a lot more that he could ask you, but these are some of the ones that we had been asked, and we were like, oh man, we might have not studied those ones, and he will dock you on that. So we'll just kind of run through these super quick. The first one was, what do you feed your pig and how much? This is a very good question to know. Know the protein in your feed. I've been asked that question before. And don't just say, oh, I feed my pig a scoop of feed. Like, how big is that scoop? Is that a pound, 2 pounds? You need to know exactly what you're feeding.
And even if he doesn't ask, like, how much protein's in it, like, say that, it'll give you better chance.
Brownie points.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure. Okay.
And then the second one is, what is your pig's name? And that's normally for, like, just
Juniors.
They'll just ask that.
They will be asked that, so yeah, for sure. Body parts, the judge might ask you, oh, where's the loin at? Or where does the bacon come from? Or where does the ham come from? Where's the hocks? Such like that. That's a big one to know also.
And then a big one that we've been asked a couple times at, like, jackpots or something is ear notches, and this is very important to know sometimes.
Yeah. Mainly, like, the older kids will get,
Yeah.
I mean, even the intermediates might get asked this question,
Yeah.
but usually the tougher questions, the seniors are going to get asked. I will be honest, I do not know 100% the ear notching system, but if you Google it and look at some examples, you will be able to learn off of it. Now, left ear and right ear, I think the left ear is the litter number, and the right ear is the
Like
like
piglet
pig,
number they came out.
yeah, piglet number that came out. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure. Don't. I could be wrong, but definitely go and look that one up. Next one was, what do you like most or least about your pig, or what would you change about your pig?
This is the main question that you get asked. I've
Yes.
been asked this multiple times, so I'd really study that one.
Yeah. So
You get to
I
know your
mean,
pig.
at home, be like, man, what could I change about this pig? What does he need? What does he need to be What needs to be taken away? Just things like that. What breed is your pig? I've been asked this question multiple times too. I mean, it ranges. Seniors get asked it, juniors, whatever. What breed? Let's see. We got Hampshire, Yorkshire, Duroc, Yorkshire Cross, any of those. So make sure you know what breed your pig is.
Okay, another one was, when was your pig born? And this is very important to know how old your pig is, and
Yes.
just,
You can always ask the people when you buy them, like, hey, when was this pig born? Like, and if they don't know the exact day, at least know like a
A
rough,
month.
month, something like
Yeah.
that. Next one, what is the gestation period of a pig? Honestly, this one's probably going to be for those seniors. Gestation is how long the pig is pregnant, and it's 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days. So it's kind of an easy one to remember.
Yeah.
But like I said, some of these questions you might not get asked, but it's always good to just know them.
and it's, what is a withdrawal period? And this will be asked mostly to the older kids too.
Yes.
But it's like, if you give them a shot of something, when can they be slaughtered, and the meat will be fine for you to eat without that medication in their system, so that you don't get sick from them.
Yes, for sure. Okay. What does your pig weigh? This is always, the judge in market class, he will always ask you this question. What does your pig weigh? So that he can kind of put your pig in with all the other ones. So when you go to weigh in on Wednesday morning, make sure you are up there with your pig so you can hear what your pig weighs. That's also a big one.
Okay. And where are the shots given in your pig? And normally they're given in the neck and
Right behind,
right behind the ear, neck,
shoulder area.
yeah, that area.
Yep.
Because we don't want it going in the ham, because that's just not
Yeah.
the place. It doesn't get to where it needs to as fast, and yeah. it could hurt the pig also.
And then I talked about this one at the beginning, but what is the protein level in your feed? Once again, know the feed that you are feeding to your animals. Study the tags on them. If you need to talk to somebody at IFA or wherever you get your feed, make sure you know what your pig is getting. So, yeah. All right, so number 6 is what to do if your pig lays down in the show ring or isn't behaving the way you want it to behave. Some of the things we were thinking about was keep calm. Do not take your anger out on your pig. No running. Once again, practice at home and keep eye contact with the judge.
Okay, and another thing on like if your pig lays down or like is just not doing what you want them to do, just don't get angry at them because they'll do it right back and they'll get mad. And then it can also affect other pigs getting mad because they're like, oh, this one's mad, then I'm going to do the same thing. And it's just not good sportsmanship. So make sure you've worked with your pig and that he's ready to go, he or she is ready to go to the fair.
Sometimes your pig will have a mind of their own and go in that show ring and be like, all right, I'm going to take a lap, and then they start running. Do not run after them, okay? If you start running after them, they're like, oh, this is a fun game, and they're just going to keep running and running and running, and you're going to have to catch your pig. So if you see your pig take off running, look at the judge and be like, I know my pig is running. You don't need to tell him that, but just like look at him, he'll know, and walk slowly after your pig to go and get it. Like I said, it's a game. It's like tag. They're like, all right, come chase after me, okay? So, and then also just practice at home. The more you practice at home, the better they're going to perform at the show, okay? Like I said, they have a mind of their own, but they will remember what they have learned at home, and they will respect you in the show ring.
And another thing at home, another thing with the running is if you let them run at home, like wherever you walk them, you let them run, they're going to run in the show ring, so you need to break that habit really fast so that they don't do that.
Yes, for sure. And then just keep eye contact, honestly. If you're keeping eye contact with the judge, he'll know what you're doing, you'll know what he's doing, and it flows better, makes you a better showman, and yeah. Yep. All right, so number 7 is do's and don'ts in showmanship. So,
Okay, so some of the do's is make eye contact. This is very, very, very important. And you, like I said, you don't want to know, like, if the judge is somewhere else, you want to know where they are so that you don't get lost and, like, have you be between your pig or something. Shake the judge's hand. So, like, when he's comes up to, like, ask you a question, don't chase after your pig and be like, oh, I need to go get it. Leave your pig be and just talk to the judge, shake their hand, and yeah.
this shows that you appreciate the time that they have taken out of their week to come to our fair and judge us. Yeah, just shake their hand. It makes them feel appreciated. Yeah. That's a really big one.
Like even after, if you didn't like the show at all, you still need to shake their hand and be respectful. Okay, so another thing is have sportsmanship, and we've talked about that too. Is
along with that one,
yeah,
for sure.
Like let other people show their pigs. Don't be a
don't
hog.
cut them off on purpose. Don't
hog the show ring.
Yes.
So another thing is be confident and know what you're doing. Be like, yeah, I got this. I know what I'm doing, and that plays a big part in what you're doing.
Don't get down on yourself. Maybe you made a wrong move, or you realize that the judge saw you when you were doing something that, just don't get down on yourself. Yeah. It happens. Everybody makes mistakes, but just be confident. You got this, and yeah.
And even after you make a mistake, don't show it on your face, and don't
get angry.
Yeah, make it angry, and just not show after that. You want to keep showing if you've done something wrong. It's totally fine. Okay, answer questions in complete sentences. So if the judge asks you what's your breed of pig, be like, my breed of pig, and then tell them what it is. Don't just be like, it's Hampshire. Just tell them in complete sentences, and this makes a better.
Also with the questions, if it takes you a second, the judge asks me a question and I'm like, ooh, you can think about it. Don't just be blurt some answer out that could be who knows where that answer came from, okay? That helps. If you study at home, you'll know, but also when he asks you, just be like, and if it's something you don't know, just tell him, that's something that I don't know, but I will go home and learn that and be prepared for next time.
Okay, and then worry about you and your pig. Don't worry about other people in the show ring. Don't look at other people being like, oh, what are they doing? Or other pigs, oh, how good is their pig? And just worry about your pig and what you're doing, and that will make you more confident in yourself. And yeah. So then, when approached by a judge, stop showing and talk to the judge. I talked a little about that when like shake the judge's hand, like just talk to them in complete sentences. Don't run after your pig, and yeah, shake their hand after too.
When the judge comes up to you and starts asking you a question, don't be like, oh, and start showing your pig and walk away. Be like, hey, you have to follow me. Like, stop showing, let your pig walk off and talk to the judge, and then when you're done talking to the judge, go out and find your pig and get back to showing.
Yeah.
So, all right. So some of the don'ts that we came up with were don't listen to the crowd. Your parent's gonna be outside the show ring and he's gonna be over here waving his arms and doing this, whatever you want him, whatever he's gonna do. Don't listen to him. Don't watch him. That's a big distraction. It takes away from you and showing your pig. The judge is gonna be watching you and be like, oh, she's out there talking to her dad. Like her dad or her mom is like, oh, do this, don't do this, okay? Don't do that. Listen, just don't listen to the outsides. Just be in the ring, listen to the judge. So,
Yeah. And like another thing, if you're like in the pen and your parents like go to hand you a sprayer, take that but go right back to your pig and spray them and still look at the judge.
yes, for sure. Don't get frustrated. We've talked about this multiple times tonight, but don't get frustrated and take your anger out on your pig. Your pig's gonna get angry and start screaming and whatever the pig does do, okay? Just don't do that. Don't get between the judge and the pig. We also talked about that one. The judge won't be able to see your pig. Don't run. We also talked about that. That's a very big one. Just don't. It'll make all the pigs running. Every pig in the ring will be like, all right, we're having fun. We're going to run, okay? Don't do that. Don't ever stop showing unless you're talking to the judge, obviously. But even then, like, that's part of showing, so don't stop showing. Don't touch or push your pig around with your, so sometimes the pigs will get in the corner, and you have to get in there and you're like pushing them with your knees and slapping them with your hands. First off, if you try to stay off the rails and stay out of the corners, you should never have a problem with that one, okay? Never be pushing your pig around. It looks bad on you. You know, you should have your pig trained with the whip to show.
Yeah, that's another thing you can teach them at home
Yes.
is like if you're in an arena or something, don't let them go to the corner, don't let them go to the side. Or like if you're in open space, just make sure you stay in the vicinity of the space so that they don't have too much room so that they're used to when they go into the show.
Yes, for sure. Okay, and then don't have a dirty pig. The judge doesn't want your pig to come in the ring and it be covered with mud. Like, the judge can't see your pig at that point, and it looks bad on you as a showman. Even in showmanship and in market, your pig should be clean. The morning of, get down to the barn and clean your pig and make sure that they are shining.
That also shows the thing in sportsmanship because like if your pig is dirty and it comes and rubs up against another person's pig, they're going to be really mad at you, and that's not going to look good if the judge sees it. And yeah,
For sure. And then don't hit your pig on the butt. We talked about this one. Don't hit them on the butt. That's not going to make them, it might make them take off running, but that's going to, one, bruise the meat. Okay, we don't want to do that. We've kind of found on their ribs, that's kind of like your go buttons. Okay, you can go back and forth, side to side. Under their cheek or their jowl, that might be to turn them. And then to stop them, if they're going to take off running, I sometimes will just kind of pop them on the nose, and that might get them to like stop what they're doing. But we never hit the butt. Never. Just don't do it. So
and don't hit them like excessively, like over and over again,
Yes.
and leave marks. Don't like whip them super hard.
they'll
It just
turn purple,
yeah,
get
it
bruised.
doesn't look good on you.
No.
Yeah.
For sure. So